The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
Hello, my internet fans. Welcome to another edition of Stat Boy Sports Bar featuring Dori Lou, but Dori Lou's not with us this week. In her place is Fluffy Madden God Zach. He decided to step in for us today, and thank you for that greatly. Don't worry, Dori Lou is A-OK. I promise. Unfortunately, though, we're not going to have much in the graphics department. We're having some tech issues with that, so it's just going to be us talking for about an hour. Now, if you want us to talk about something specific, do what you always do in the Jeff Meacham Multiverse of Media and the Casa D18 Studios, and that's Super Chat, Super Chat, Super Chat. Give us a Super Chat with a question. I will immediately stop what I'm talking about, and I will acknowledge you and answer your question to the best of my ability. So that's how the show is going to go today, for this week anyway. How you been, Zach? What's going on?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. If you
yes, our big blowout is coming soon. You know, it's fastly approaching. Mikey takes on New Orleans. That's the
yes. Just so you guys know what we're talking about, this guy over here and that guy over there, we made plans for like a birthday trip for me to come down to New Orleans, and we agreed that when the Saints play the Titans in New Orleans, that's my special trip. We saw the schedule coming out, and September 10th is the big day. I'll be traveling from Knoxville to New Orleans, spend the weekend down there, kick off the 2023 football season with my residential team, the Titans, taking on Zach's hometown team, the Saints. That also will be the kickoff. We did touch about it earlier, way back at the beginning of the 2022 season, but that announcement comes later. If you remember. 9-time champion over here.
It is what it is.
Champion.
Even though
all right, so in my notes, we'll start off with some tennis news. The French Open is going on right now. As far as the top 10 goes, not much in the world of changes. Taylor Fritz and Jannik Sinner switched spots 8 and 9. Everybody else from last week is in the same position. Alcaraz, Medvedev, Djokovic, Ruud, Tsitsipas, Rune, Rublev, and Auger-Aliassime. Their rankings stay the same, but Fritz and Sinner switched. The big news is the number 2 player, Daniil Medvedev, is out. First round knockout. The number 2 ranked player. He lost 6-7, 7-6, 6-2, 3-6, and 4-6. In tennis, you play a set. A set is 6 games. First player to 6 wins the set. If it's tied at 6, you go into overtime. If it's tied 2 sets all, you go into that 5th set, win by 2. It didn't happen for Medvedev. In the women's rankings, they stayed the same. No changes whatsoever. Did not get their what they're doing in the women's side of the French Open. I should have done that. I apologize. But no changes in with that. The French Open, of course, is one of the big 4 with the Australian Open, the U.S. Open, and Wimbledon. Win all 4 of those in one calendar year, you are a Grand Slam champion. But with Medvedev out, And of course, Rafael Nadal, the defending champion, said he would not be participating into a nagging hip injury. Tennis was, of course, big with me with Serena Williams. It was always the way she played. She being from Compton, I'm from Long Beach. Compton, Long Beach together. You root for your local heroes. As far as the guys go, there weren't any really big male tennis stars when I was watching, so I focus on the Williams sisters. So there you go. Now, of course, it's my boy Stefano Tsitsipas, and believe me, if I ever met him, the Greek side of me would come out, because he was facing somebody else. I can't remember who it was, but it was a fellow Greek. And trust me, when you get Greeks versus Greece in anything, it's a war. And he was accused of trying to hit his opponent with a tennis ball. He did not like a call, and he allegedly hit a ball towards one of the people that the ball boy or the ball girl. He's yelling at the crowd in Greek. And trust me, Greek swear words are fun to listen to. But when you find out what they are, you don't want to know what they're saying. Because when they're literally translated, you like, what? Believe me.
You say that on TV?
If you say it in the native tongue, I don't think the U.S. censors will censor it. Go to the country where it's a whole different story. But they don't care. The censorship laws are way different in other countries. I mean, I think you can show a topless woman in England and not get it censored. In the U.S., however, it's vulgar and dirty, and you can't do that.
Yeah, but this is America. Why not?
Because it's over-sexual. That's why.
Well, that's just...
I know. It's dumb. It's dumb censorship laws. I mean, I think, like, for example, the Capital Carnage, 1999, Jacqueline versus Sable. Jacqueline gets her top ripped off. The show was overseas. A-okay to show it there. No problem. Totally uncensored. Put it on WWE Network or pay-per-view TV. Unless somebody hits the button quick enough, you ain't going to see nothing. Because it's U.S. laws, even though it took place in England. Go figure.
It's like Melina hitting a split. They changed that. Come on,
because it wasn't covering her. You can show the cheeks.
Of SmackDown.
You can. Well, yeah, SmackDown was taped also, so they had time to change it. You can show the cheeks. You can't show the opening. That's the dirty part of it. It slipped. It slipped. Wow, we talk about tennis and we go into nudity. Great segue. Great segue indeed. All right, let's go into NASCAR. Let's bring up Let's talk about some NASCAR. If I can get my computer to work here. Come on.
Blaney.
Come on, NASCAR.
Mr. Blaney got it done this weekend.
Yes, he did. He won the Coca-Cola 600, breaking almost a 60 race drought. Unfortunately, good old number 9, Chase Elliott, he did not race. Oh no, he's been suspended for a race. NASCAR suspended Chase Elliott for one race on Tuesday, less than a day after it said the 5-time most popular driver and former Cup champion deliberately wrecked Denny Hamlin in the Coca-Cola 600. Hendrick Motorsports said in a statement, and this is off of ESPN, I'm giving them credit. Hendrick Motorsports said in a statement it will not appeal the suspension, and Corey LaHoy will replace Elliott in the number 9 Chevrolet this weekend at Gateway. We understand NASCAR's need to maintain consistency in its officiating, Hendrick Motorsports said. Elliott, of course, denied it with a dangerous left hook into Hamlin's car during the rain-rescheduled race Monday night in Charlotte. Woo! And the top 10 of the race in Charlotte, North Kakalaki. Bring those up real quick. Ryan Blaney, of course, first place, leading for 163 laps. William Byron, second place, 91 laps. Martin Truex Jr. took third. Bubba Wallace took fourth. Tyler fifth. Kyle Busch took sixth. Ricky Stenhouse took seventh. Chris Boucher took eighth. And finally, our boy Austin Dillon got into the top 10 with a ninth place finish. And Zane Smith, who is not part of the Cup Series, finished out the top 10. Joey Logano finished 21st. He's probably our new laughing boy because we just don't like Joey Logano.
The only good thing he's ever done was that one episode of frickin' Raw that ended up making Kofi Kingston look like the future superstar that he was. So that's just about it.
As far as the current standings, William Byron is the new number one guy. He leads at 442 points. Kyle Busch is right behind him at 50 points behind at 392. Kyle Larson's at 377. Ryan Blaney is, well, wait a minute. They need to update their standings big time because Ryan Blaney's the number one guy at 445. Their points numbers are all mixed up. Get on the game, ESPN. What are you doing here? All right, let's look at the bottom here. Alex Bowman at 296. Bubba Wallace at 327. Then it should be Joey Logano at 357, but they have him ranked 10th. Ricky Stenhouse is at 358. Chris Boucher is at 368. Kyle Larson at 377. Kyle Busch at 392. Brad Keselowski at 394. Denny Hamlin at 400. Tyler Reddick at 409. Christopher Bell at 409. Kevin Harvick at 438. No, Martin Truex Jr. at 433. Then Kevin Harvick at 438. William Byron at 442 and Ryan Blaney at 445. Their numbers are all mixed up. But it's called being on the fly. The next race coming up is
good old Gateway.
Gateway?
Yep.
NASCAR Cup Series at Worldwide Technology Raceway. There you go. And then they go to Sonoma, and then they come over to my neck of the woods in Nashville. All righty. Cool beans. All right, let's get rid of NASCAR, and let's go to college softball. There was something that came up there. The 2023 College World Series is underway.
Yes, it is.
They had a ton of super regionals. Again, this is all off of ESPN, so I can give them credit. And if this pops, if that stays muted, which I hope it will. Yes, good, so we don't get dinged. With 8 teams in, Alabama is going to take on the Vols, and that is on Thursday at noon. The number 1 seeded team, the Oklahoma Sooners, will take on Stanford. That's at 2:30. The Florida State Gators will take on Oklahoma State at 7 o'clock. And the Washington Huskies will take on Utah at 9:30. Then it's loser versus loser, and then winners advance until there's 4 teams left. The championship series starts on June 7th. Now, going into the regionals that took place earlier, California lost to Missouri 5-1. They did defeat a team, but they did defeat Missouri 7-5. Unfortunately, they got eliminated. Cal State Fullerton got eliminated. They lost to Auburn.
It's just rough for California, huh?
I know. Duke got eliminated, I believe. They got eliminated by Charlotte. Long Beach State lost to Stanford and Loyola Marymount, so they didn't do very well. Middle Tennessee got eliminated by the Roll Tide. Whenever Alabama beats anything Tennessee, the Crimson Tide lets you know.
Well, Oklahoma's lost one game the entire season.
Yeah. I think they're going for that back-to-back, so.
Yes, they are.
There you go. Good old JR will be happy about that. That's what I think anyway.
They're very persistent about always keeping a good pitching staff. It's always been like that at Oklahoma.
That was ESPN right there with an ad. Gotta remember to turn off that sound so you don't get dinged. All right. What else? What else can we talk about?
College baseball.
I don't know what's going on. What do you got in college baseball? Because I know I touched on college softball. What do you got in college baseball?
I don't know. My local teams are doing decent, and then they both get into the playoffs, and now they're playing each other. So it's just like, yay. Tulane made the Baseball World Series, well, the playoffs, at 18-46.
18-46?
18-46.
Damn.
They shocked the number one team in the tournament. It's just, like we always say, it's any given Sunday, Saturday, Tuesday, whatever day it is. It's just, any team can win at any time.
Very true indeed. Very true indeed. All righty. Before we get into the bigger sports, let's go ahead and show what's coming up. If you have not been paying attention as to what's been happening watch-along wise, I got to give props to my brothers and everybody. 4 long, wild events took place over this last weekend. Go back and watch them. But to find out what's going on next, check this out. Subscribe, like, keep an eye out as to what's going on. Again, great job to everybody who did watch along weekend. I think that's what we can start calling that now. And since we're going into hockey, what I'd like to announce. Let me talk about what happened first in the playoffs there. The Stanley Cup playoffs is set. We all remember Florida swept Carolina. They won game 1, 3-2 after a 4 overtime marathon. 1-2-1 in game 2, another overtime game. Blanked the Hurricanes 1-0, and then finished the sweep 4-3. In the West, Dallas was looking to be the 5th team to come back from a 3-0 deficit. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Knights won 4-3 in overtime in game 1, then won game 2, 3-2 in overtime. Shut out the Stars in game 3. Stars win in overtime in game 4. Stars win again in game 5, 4-2. And then last night, the Knights they went for the early knockout in the first period, put up 6 goals, and for only the second time in their 6-year career, they are going to the Stanley Cup. It will be the Panthers versus the Knights in the Stanley Cup final. What does that mean for fantasy world? Well, our producer, who is running everything, he is in the finals against Sean, the North All-Stars. JJ's team is the King's Reign. They are both going to be the inaugural fantasy hockey champion. If it ain't going to be me, it's going to be Renegade. I'm backing up the Knights this season for hockey.
I like how Sean just joined the group, midway through the season and is in the championship.
It was amazing. And let me tell you, I will say this about my friend and my coworker. He don't know much about hockey. And at work, there are fantasy sports going left and right. I mean, they all have their rosters and everything. They're currently in fantasy baseball. They're getting ready for fantasy football. Hockey is finishing up. His catchphrase was, "I'm going to win the playoffs." And we had the 7 teams. He became the 8th team, which guaranteed us an even bracket to go into the playoffs. And as we got closer and closer, he's like, "This is getting scary." I'm like, "You're absolutely right. This is, you're the bottom team. You don't know much about hockey. We all got through the first round, except for one team. We got all through the second round. 4 of us got in. He crushed me, and I shook his hand. I said, "You know what? You got me. My team just sucked." And he's like,
"Yep.
I'm gonna win this whole thing." And then I went into brother defense mode and I said, "If you think I'm bad, you got to deal with my brother. He knows a lot more about hockey than I do. He's a hockey guy." And in our chat room, they had the shake hand moment. They offered the respect, which I loved. But to have a rookie come in and win and potentially win, we don't know what's going to happen. We have no clue what's going to happen. I am not seeing a sweep in this series. I'll say it on camera right now, Knights in 6.
I agree with that.
There you go. I think they deserve it. I mean, I'm pretty certain Florida has had the cup before. The Knights have not. We need to lower the number of teams that have not had the cup. So,
Can I get a little salty?
Maybe.
Let me get a little salty.
Maybe. You never know.
Have your fun. Have, JJ, Sean, have your moments, But come August, I'm taking over.
Oh, yeah. You're taking over. He's calling his shot. There you go. He's calling his shot there. I love that. Well,
my team is called Betty White's Revenge.
What? Betty White's Revenge? I don't even want to know why. Okay, I want to know why. Why?
It's all about the Golden Girls, baby. And all I do is bring home gold. Come on now.
He's calling his shot. Well, the announcement still that I wanted to bring up is, of course, we talked about this on an open mic night, I believe, or what? I don't remember the exact one, but Noah Foster has not watched hockey ever. And the suggestion came up that he watch the game where the Stanley Cup could be awarded. The schedule is this way. Game 1 is in Vegas. Game 1 and Game 2 are in Vegas. The Stanley Cup Finals starts on Saturday. All games are at 8 o'clock on TNT. TNT is the home of the Stanley Cup playoffs. So Game 1 is Saturday. Game 2 is Monday, June 5th. Then the series shifts to Florida, Thursday, June 8th, and Saturday, June 10th. Game 4 could be the potential winner if Vegas or Florida win the first 3 games. So now I still have to confirm all this with Noah, but perhaps it could be maybe even a 4-game set. June 10th, June 13th, June 16th, and June 19th. Those are the remaining games. Game 4 is in Florida. Game 5, and they go back and forth. So once I talk it over with Noah, and I don't know if he'll want to watch all 4 games, because let's say one team does go 3-0, then the other team wins game 4. That makes it 3-1. Then we have to do it again on game 5. Then we have to do it again on game 6. And one of those games, so perhaps Noah Foster will get a 4-game set of hockey.
I'm all for this.
Yeah, all 4. Every 2 to 3 days, Noah Foster watches hockey. If you saw on my Twitter feed, I did do a little bit of a rehearsal. It's not the best. It could use some work. I'll declare that now. But especially when the power plays came in, because that was the only time when the puck got handled by the team that had the power play, their name popped up over the player. So that's when the play-by-play went a little bit more smoother. Otherwise, I had to rely on watching the game and actually playing along, and then when a goal came up. So hopefully between June 10th and June 19th, with the Simple Man watching his first experience into the NHL, he'll get to see the Stanley Cup playoff and the Stanley Cup awarded. Again, as far as fantasy hockey goes, again, it's Kings Reigns versus the North All-Stars. They each have 10 on their rosters, and whoever scores the most points is the inaugural champion. And hopefully all the teams will come back for next season with possibly a few more. You never know. And next season, there are going to be some changes made. Some changes that I can pretty much announce. The 3-star rule will be into effect. Whenever a player gets named as one of the 3 stars by the media, that player will earn bonus points. But me, as league commissioner, can only change the order of the stars by player. So if a player has the game-winning goal, that player could be named the number 1 star. In my opinion, I do believe that player should be the number 1 star, as opposed to the player that maybe scores a hat trick, or even the goalie. The goalies are going to score enough points as they are. The goalies are all going to be guaranteed for season 2. So if a goalie is, the number 1 star, I might take him down a notch, and whoever got the first goal or whatever. But it will be up to me, but I will make it fair. I'm not going to be biased. I'm not going to say, oh, you have enough points. You're not going to get 3 more. That's not the way I do that. Also, rosters are going to be expanded to have 12 players. 6 will be your starters. 6 will be your head-to-head players. Head-to-head matchups are going to be coming in. So whenever more than 6 people play, your excess players will go into a head-to-head column. You'll go up against another team. The points will be balanced out. You'll score points. 2 points for winning a head-to-head matchup. 1 point if it goes to a tie in overtime and all that. Goalies are guaranteed. You'll have 3 sets of goalies. And if more than 1 goalie plays, all your goalies will get points. They'll just be chopped. Your number 1 goalie will score full points. Your number 2 goalie is 75%. Number 3 goalie is half. That'll be based on performances. And trades will have to be approved by the league. Whenever a trade comes up, the owners will have to approve or deny it. Majority vote. That's just in case another fantasy owner wants that player. It'll help bring up a little bit more of
intrigue.
Yeah, that. The injuries. I still haven't decided what to do on the injuries. I mean, I want to keep it the same way with that they have to be replaced, or they just stay on your team as a
like a DL.
Yeah. Because I don't want you to lose a player because I forget to bring him back into the game because he came back from injury. So that's the way that's all going to go. And then points will be the same. the standard 5-4-3-2-1 for the shorthanded goals, the shootout goals, the regular goals, the power play goals. All this will be in the chats, and hopefully we can get a couple more teams to make the playoffs a little bit more interesting. Dori actually came up with a good idea too. She initially suggested that when the playoffs start in the first round, we just pick our teams from only we pick our players to be our playoff team from only the players that have qualified for the playoffs. And I said, that sounds like a good idea. And I kind of altered it a little bit. I think I'm going to make it that like the last 2 weeks of the season as one big event, because I want to. The only problem I had with it was the time from the end of the season and the start of the playoffs. If there's like a week or so before the playoffs start, then the first round of the playoffs can be just players that have qualified. If there's not enough time, I may just push it back a week and say, yes, we will do that. But it is a great suggestion, and I did like it. So that's what's going to happen. Fantasy Hockey 2023-2024. And also, I'm getting the idea of going to TrophySmack.com. They were featured on Shark Tank, and they make custom fantasy belts. I would love to have a couple of those made, and eventually, I did put a graphic out for hockey. I would love to do one for fantasy football, which is coming in August. For that one, though, we might have to pool our money together. Haven't made that decision yet. I'm pretty certain we might have 8 teams, just in the Sports Bar family universe. But I think if we all pool our money together and if we all agree to it, one of us can rock a fantasy belt. It's just an idea, but I'm not putting that out. Just look at you're drooling over that already.
Oh, come on. So wait. Speaking of that,
go ahead.
To add intrigue, the draft has to be live, right?
I'm thinking about that. Yes.
Kind of like we did for hockey.
Yeah, well, we did do a live draft for hockey, so more than likely we will do a live draft for football. Just like before, we'll get all the teams together. Well, we'll get all the team owners together. We'll spin the wheel. We'll pick our teams and go from there.
Oh yeah.
Chomping at the bit, this guy. He wants to play right now. Look at that go. Let's give him a chance to cool down, because we've got some special events coming up also in the multiverse of media. And these I'm really excited about. If you saw the first one, just wait and see what the next one's going to be. Check this out. Again, if you have not seen I think we call it the Saturday Scramble. It was our version of Family Feud. And if you saw the other ones, Match Game is coming up, Pyramid is coming up, and I'm gonna throw that gauntlet down right now. Nobody beats me in Pyramid. I am a pyramid master. I go all the way back to the pyramid before it was the $25,000 pyramid. I go even further back to the 20,000 and the 10,000. And we don't talk about the failed GSN version. The Donny Osmond pyramid was cool, but Michael Strahan's doing a great job. If I could go to New York, I would rock that game out. So I'm throwing the challenge down now for pyramid. I'm curious how the Price is Right is going to go. That looks interesting. The Haunted Hangman, my guess is that's possibly Wheel of Fortune. That's my best guess on that one. But I'm curious, and of course, the karaoke stuff. I'll tell this story. So I put up a super chat on one of the recent open mic nights. I dropped $50, and Noah sang "With My Baby Tonight." Good performance. Noah Foster can sing. What you really should watch, though, is Noah was talking about Impact. He was talking about something, and then I did the super chat. Watch Renegade's response. I have never seen Renegade get more shocked. And then we got James over there, and he's like, Noah, take a look at those. And Noah's like, no, I'm talking. Noah's response really it wasn't like a OMG or like Stat Boy, I'm going to kill you or whatever, but it was still, the performance was amazing. And, I know there's one guy in the Simple Man Chat's room that he's like, oh, I'm going to get revenge on. What is there to get revenge on? I'll say this right now. Okay. I'm going to put this as a mini rant here. Okay. I did the super chat to show my support for my brothers. Okay. I did not do this to embarrass Noah Foster. I did not do this to, make him feel uncomfortable. I did it just to help out my family. Okay. I want to say that right now. I am very proud of my brothers. I'm proud of everybody in the multiverse of media. That is something I do. I help people out, especially my family and my brothers. Okay. So that's what happened. So there is no need to have revenge on me, the Stat Boy. I knew that was coming. There's no need for me to have revenge upon, to do that. Now, will I join the karaoke stuff? I haven't decided yet. Okay. It's still a good few months away. Have I done karaoke? Yes. Have I videotaped myself doing karaoke? Yes. Have I gone live while I do karaoke? Yes. Will I do it for the show? I still don't know yet. Maybe. I'm not flat out saying no. The only reason I'm going to say no to it is if, it all passion before principle, if work or principle before or whatever that word is, if I have to get up early the next morning, or if I just can't do it, then I will flat out say no. I'm not gonna say no because I don't want to do it because I'm afraid someone's gonna come after it. No, that's not it. So I did the super chat just to help out the family, and it turned out to be a great performance in that.
Oh, don't worry, folks. You're gonna get to see a lot of Stat Boy karaoke when he comes to New Orleans. We may have to put those on the ARC files that never should be released to media, but
it is.
That's neither here nor there. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. Let me bring up the MLB rankings and rattle those off. And let's go into my send folder.
Oh, that game with Tampa Bay. Ouch.
Tampa Bay is still the number one team. That is true. And let me bring up the numbers on that.
Even though they got beat 20-1?
That was amazing. I mean, 20-1. It has to be a mercy rule in that aspect. I mean, if the MLB would decided to bring in the pitch clock in an attempt to lower the time that it takes to play a baseball game, why not go one step further and even say if you're ahead by 12 runs, just call the game at that point. So the Tampa Bay Rays are 39-17. I'll go by division. I know I should be going by overall rankings, but The Rays are 39-17. The Orioles are 34-20. The Yankees are 33-23. The Red Sox are 28-25. And the Blue Jays are 28-26. In the Central Division of the American League, the Twins are 28-26. They are in first place. The Tigers are 25-27. The Guardians are 24-29. The White Sox are 22-34. And the Royals are 17-38. The Rangers are 34-19. The Astros are 31-22. The Angels are 29-26. The Mariners are 28-26. And the Athletics, which when I talk about the Athletics, I think I can share this. I do have some artwork of the proposed stadium. I want to show that picture. They're at 11-45. And with a record like that, and they're 24 and a half games back, they deserve to go to Las Vegas. If there's a rule where the worst ranked team has to relocate, then they are definitely it.
Ooh, that should be something that should be proposed.
Priorities over passions. Thank you. And Pop is saying, "Go Rays." Yes, I love you, Pop. How you doing, Pop? All right. So in the National League, the Braves in the East, 32-22. The Marlins are 28-26. The Mets are at 500, 27-27. The Phillies are 25-28, and the Nationals are 23-31. The Brewers in the Central Division are 28-25. The Pirates are 26-27. The Reds are 24-29. The Cubs are 23-30, and the Cardinals are 24-32. In the West, Dodger Blue reigns supreme at 33-22. The Diamondbacks are 31-23. The Giants are 28-26. The Padres are 24-29, and the Rockies are 24-31. All right, let's see if I can bring up this artwork because I want to show what this is what it's proposed that it will look like. And no, not the GIFs. That's a good thing I did save it to the group chat, and we'll just scroll up. We do have, there we go. Okay, let's see if we can bring that up. Yep, that's what it's going to look like. Yes. All right, let's see if we can bring that in now. StreamYard and present and share screen and Facebook and share. That is what the new A's stadium is supposed to look like. You can see down in the lower left, there's the MGM Grand. On the right side of the strip, of course, is the Luxor. And it's I don't like it. I do not like this at all because I don't like the idea of, and you can walk down Las Vegas Boulevard. Okay, there is foot traffic, and it is a heavily traffic street. Okay, if you're walking down Las Vegas Boulevard, I don't like the idea that you can just literally walk into a baseball stadium. I don't like that idea. Now, you can see McCarran Airport behind the stadium. That's it way back there. If there was some property, and they did this with Allegiant. Allegiant is along the freeway and into Vegas. Why not put the stadium in the same place? Now, it's just wrong. It's wrong in all. It's wrong. I don't like it. What do you think, Zach?
It looks like, from that angle like that, it looks like a big old dome is just going to go on top of it. It's just like something trying to be like next level, but it's really not.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it at all.
Like, I feel like they could have done 50 times better.
I mean,
Is that supposed to be concrete going straight from the stadium to the street with the
probably
water?
so. I mean, it looks like it's a stage. I mean, you can see the Oakland A logo. That's going to be like the entryway, I guess. Parking is going to be a disaster because you're trying to get in there, and it's just not worth it, I think.
Oh.
Let me zoom that out, and if I can bring up the other. There's another picture. Let's see if I can bring that up. Yeah. That's what it's going to look like from, I guess, walking into the MGM Grand. If I brought that up right. Did I bring that up right? Yeah. And there also is another picture that I did not download. From home plate, you'll be looking at the other side of the MGM Grand. So perhaps if the MGM Grand is higher than the stadium, if you're on the top floor of the MGM Grand, you can actually look into the stadium and perhaps watch the game. But I am not happy with this. I think this stadium should have been somewhere along the 15 or somewhere near Allegiant Stadium because I'm just not.
Are they building it like that to do other events too that you can
they possibly can
inside the stadium? I mean,
and again,
inside the hotel?
I believe so. It's probably going to be. I don't know all the details there, but I mean, and don't get me wrong. I know that Las Vegas is the gambling capital of the world, but do you really want to sit at a slot machine while watching a baseball game?
No, I mean, is that something MGM agreed on for like some type of balcony feature, like a rooftop feature? We're gonna put a bar and a pool, and you got access to the games or concerts or whatever, but you got to pay this amount of money. But is Vegas gonna make money off it? I mean, are the A's gonna make money off of that? Like
they need the money. I'll tell you that.
Of course they do. I guess that's why we do this and they do that. So
they definitely need the money for that. All right. We're almost at the tail end of this hour. We've got some other positive announcements to make. Baby fever has hit WWE thanks to Alexa Bliss and Ryan Cabrera. Best oops ever. Coming December 2023. As you can see, the beautiful married couple there. Ryan holding a glass of wine. Do not refill until December because she can't do that. That's why Little Miss Bliss is not with WWE right now. Carmella also made an announcement that she's expecting again, which is a good thing. And they're having a baby too.
I cried for this so bad.
Look at that.
I love them both dearly.
Baby fever all the way around. Baby fever left and right. And in our group chat, I think I'll bring that. Let's see if I can bring that tweet up real quick. This is what Josh gave us, which I looked at that and I started laughing at that one. Let's bring this one up real quick. I'll share this screen real quick too. StreamYard and present and share screen and ta-dam. According to a Twitter handle, a person with the Twitter handle Creature Lives, the trend of working with Asuka and getting pregnant continues. There's Asuka and Becky. There's Asuka and Lacey. There's Asuka and Carmella. And now Asuka and Alexa. No, not that Alexa. I love that thing, but sometimes I hate that thing.
So does this mean Bianca's next?
Hey, why not? We did not like the idea that Bianca had to go all the way to Saudi to lose the Raw Women's title. That was not cool.
Boom. Get pregnant, have a baby, come back heel. Bam. Thank you, Oscar.
There it is. Night of Champions. We'll quickly talk about Night of Champions, and then we'll close the sports bar for the week. We knew that the majority of people knew that Seth was going to defeat AJ. I said that from the beginning because that's what Triple H said when the belt first came out. Still, it was a good match. Very sad about the 400-day streak ending with Bianca. I know we should have watched Natty and Rhea, but we skipped that one. We wanted to focus on the main event, and wow, I can, if there's a GIF of Jimmy kicking Roman, I will watch that over and over and over again.
Oh man,
it was amazing. It was amazing. I still would have liked to have Roman been the one to take the fall, but it didn't happen. And Sammy and Kevin showing up on Raw, battling against Imperium. Who knows where Sammy and Kevin are going to go now? The 1,000-day celebration on Friday is going to be a disaster because you can't break the elephant in the room. That with Jimmy turning his back on the bloodline, and we move on forward with that.
We said this right before we went on air.
Mm-hmm.
WWE needs to do an in your house event called Bloodline Civil War, because that is straight up what it is now. It's Civil War. Then now you got Kevin and Sammy, you got Jay, you got Jimmy, you got Solo, you got Roman, you got Paul, you got, somehow Brock's always going to be a part of that. Freaking Seth Rollins will be a part of that with his legacy to Roman from back in the day. But, you could do something with this storyline that can last the next. This war doesn't have to end, even though some of us want it to end. But it at the same time, it is so good.
It is. I also did a little arithmetic, and I did the math as to when the possible, if they go with it, and trust me, I do not want this to happen. There is the one title history reign that should never be broken is Bruno. But if, and this is the biggest if ever, they want to keep the belt on Roman for more than 2,800 days, it is going to take place May of 2028. And as soon as I figured that out, I think I was sitting on the couch. We were watching the main event. I said, there is no way I'm going to sit in this chair and sit on my couch and watch Roman Reigns with the head of the table for the next 5 years. I'll be 50 years old. Or I'll almost be 50 years old. I'll be turning 50 that year, and he would still be the champion. And I'm like, this cannot happen, because one, they're going to have to bring in a ton more people. I'm waiting for them to call up Braun Breaker to give him a shot. I want to see. I don't follow NXT, but I think he has done enough in NXT that he deserves a chance to work with Roman. And here's a shocker. I want to see Karrion Kross go after Roman too. I know the heel versus heel aspect doesn't work, but I would love for him and Scarlett to come out and say, Roman, tick-tock. I would love for that to happen.
I'll give you the shock. You know who's gonna?
Oh, he's a heel now. Damn.
Yeah.
Shows how much I know.
I'm gonna give you the shock.
Okay.
Roman's gonna lose at 40.
Okay. To Cody?
To MJF.
What? MJF is not going to jump ship unless there's some hidden super backstage drama that the AEW fans don't know about. MJF is going to stay put right where he is because it'll be blood and water.
You don't think Triple H is going to throw way more money than Tony Khan can imagine at MJF come January?
Vince won't allow it. I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, you don't? So you don't see MJF as a Vince McMahon guy?
Nope. Not at all.
Thank you. The bidding war at 24.
Why would MJF come to WWE when he trashes WWE more than anything? And he makes it sound great.
Because Roman's considered the greatest on the planet, and MJF won't be satisfied until he takes him off his pedestal. And the only way to do that is to go to WWE and do it. Beat the one who is on top of the world currently and unstoppable.
Hell, bring back Jon Moxley as Jon Moxley, not as Dean Ambrose.
Correct.
That I will back. If Jon Moxley comes in, he can tear Roman down. He's done it. He did it. I mean, the night he announced he beat leukemia, for God's sakes, and then, or whatever that was, or if my math was. Anyway, good way to end the show. We've got some shills to promote. Close down the sports bar. Let's bring up those shills if we can, and then we'll say our good nights for the week. Renegade. MJF. Yes, he is. He definitely is.
Sorry, I was typing all that, which is why I didn't pop in sooner.
That's fine. All right, let them know what's coming up.
All right, so let's see here. We don't have a whole lot of shows today, as Statboy pointed out to you, tech issues being what they are. Over on the Casa channel, there will be an NXT Battleground watch-along. We have not covered Battleground yet because it ran at the same time as Double or Nothing. So that'll be on the members side of the Casa D18 Studios, members exclusive. Remember, if you would like to join the members section, it is $4.99 a month, and you'll get all kinds of exclusive videos and reviews. We're going to be doing classic watch-alongs heading into WrestleMania next year. Noah and I are going to call all 39 WrestleManias to build towards WrestleMania 40. We've also decided, and I'll go ahead and take the graphic down for this one. We've also decided that next year we're going to cover a very special watch-along. It's a controversial show, but next year marks the 25th anniversary of the death of Owen Hart.
Oh, wow.
We will be doing a watch-along of Over the Edge 99.
The original version?
The only version that there is, yes.
Wow.
We're going to be doing a watch-along of that show.
That's deep.
That's
the 25th anniversary of Owen's passing.
Wow. Good luck with that one, bro.
We've also got Dad's Not Always on Wrestling. It was supposed to be this Friday. We've pushed it back, so it'll be live on Monday. The top 10 must-see moments from the Monday Night War, with all of the chaos and everything that went on over the course of this weekend. 4 pay-per-view events, 3 watch-alongs, an open mic night, and a partridge in a pear tree. It just too crazy to try and get it filmed, edited, and uploaded in time for Friday. So we're going to do it live on Monday instead. As you saw in the trailer, the next time we're going to have a game show night for open mic night is going to be Saturday, June 17th after the premiere of AEW Collision, which we are going to do a watch-along for. So we will go straight from the watch-along of Collision into open mic night and the match game. So make sure you guys get in for that. We are still looking for a contestant for the match game. We would prefer a female contestant. We currently have Emmanuel and Arlene, Big G, and we'd like another female. That way both games can be a battle of the sexes. And for the first time ever, I'm saying that like we've done a ton of these, this is only the second one. But for the first time, whichever contestant gets the most points during the course of the game will be given a free play for the next month they want to play in. They will not have to buy in as a contestant.
Okay.
And we're not giving away any prizes or anything like you would normally get on the game shows. You know, no one's getting a new car or a washer dryer set or $50,000. So we figured this way there's something to play for. If you want to participate in the next game, which after match game is Pyramid, your buy-in is already paid for because you won.
And you're going up against me. I'll put the money. I'll drop the money for that one.
So we are looking for another female for the match game. If we get a week out and we haven't gotten a female yet, then we'll open it up for a male if they want to participate also. But we're trying to find another female contestant. And that's really the only other plugs that I've got, unless you want to talk about this one real quick, Stat Boy.
Heroes and Legends 20, Saturday, August 26th. Vendors are coming in slowly. There are room for other podcasters and talent. Talent hasn't really been announced yet. I'm actually working to try and bring out our good friend Gino Rivera. I'm trying to see if I can get him to come out here. We'll see where that's going. Again, August 26th, 2023, 12 o'clock noon at the Smoky Mountain Convention Center in Pigeon Forge. Doors open at 12 and the matches start at 7. Next week, got to go to work. I will not be in the sports bar. It will be Dori Lou's sports bar. She did confirm before the show. So we'll be doing that. In fact, I'll give my schedule out on the 13th and the 9th and the 20th. I will be in the sports bar. On the 27th, I will not, because I just found out today I've got some time off at the end of June, so I really have to work my schedule around. But June 30th, I'm heading to Cherokee, North Carolina to finally see a show out there from one of the celebrities in your montage of films. He wears a hat like mine. I went to school with him in 1994. I get to see Fluffy in concert.
Nice.
Won't that be fun? We're going to take a little road trip and go to Cherokee, North Carolina. So as far as me, thank you all for watching this episode of Stat Boy Sports Bar. Zach, thank you for coming in.
Pleasure,
much appreciated. I will see you in 2 weeks. Until then, follow me on Twitter at LBStatKid1977. Follow Dori Lou at Hathaway Lou. Use the hashtag StatBoyApproved. Let me know what you want us to talk about, and we will do so. I love you all. There's DJ Zach's social media. Find him on Facebook at Zach Nelson, on Twitter, Fluffy Madden God, and on Instagram, DJ Bayside High. I love you all. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Stat Boy out.